Okay, I'm gonna finish my Ramoon in here in a little bit, but as you can tell from the title, I didn't just put blah 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 review. I did put something because if I can get past the regular card, it's not like the regular card was bad or anything, but I am interested in talking about the main event a little bit, and I might make a separate video if I don't have a whole lot of time to talk about. But let's go ahead and just dive right into the card. Antonio Cesaro versus Santino Marella. It was on the pre-show, and like I predicted, Cesaro did win the United States title. I remember Schleg Daddy talking about it on his prediction, saying, wouldn't it be kind of cheap if he's won on the pre-show? My answer to that is no. What would have been cheap is if he would have won it at either A, a house show, or B, SmackDown. Just to be quite honest with you. At least this way. It was live, and, some people were still thinking Santino was going to get that Milan Miracle, whatever, victory. So the official first match of the night was Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho. That actually surprised me. I thought we were going to start off with, I don't know, Intercontinental match, maybe the tag team titles. I thought we were going to start with something like that, but this is a little different, a little curveball. And here's where I decided to ask you guys the question. Was this decision right? Chris Jericho makes Dolph Ziggler tap out. I say it was, once again. The reason I say that is and I repeat, if Chris Jericho is leaving, soon, in the next month or so, whatever, I think this will be a swerve. I still think Dolph Ziggler will win the world title. I think he's going to build himself back up now and say, it's time for me to get down. Vicky, you're out. Get the fuck out. And I think Dolph is going to start building himself back up. And really, all the stuff you see, especially with the world title match, it kind of does link to that. Maybe a Dolph Ziggler, not really a face turn, a tweener turn, something. It links to a Dolph Ziggler turn where he's got to get rid of Vicky now. This is the perfect time. It's been less complaining, but now it's starting to get back up. Get rid of Vicky now. Perfect timing. And Jericho comes back, and Dolph is world champion. You got an instant feud right there where Jericho can talk about how he had nothing. He lost it, yet he could still beat Dolph Ziggler when he already lost it. So brag about that. I think that'd be a good feud right there. If and next year, that could be the feud of the year for next year if they did it right. The second match tonight would be Kane versus Daniel Bryan. Did I just do something weird? Yeah, I did. Okay. This stuff does crazy shit to you, I'm telling you. If you ever had Ramen, good for you. This match, I think some of these matches, it felt like they could have went a little longer. It didn't feel rushed. I don't know. I think the whole night was really good. Most of the matches were right timing. I felt like this one maybe could have had a minute more or something. I don't know. Some of these matches felt short. None of them really felt too long. I don't know why. Good night tonight. I don't know why I always enjoy the Summerslam nights. Hint last year when I gave the fucking grade an A. Honestly, looking back last year, that was probably a C+ show with that. But, we'll get to the gradings at the end. Kane versus Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan wins via roll-up. I was actually surprised to see Daniel Bryan win. I did not predict that, nor did I predict Chris Jericho winning. But with the roll-up, Kane's pissed, goes backstage. If you guys remember it was last year, Mark Henry grabbing the backstage guy and whee! Shook him 500 feet left. Kane did that with Josh Matthews, and I laughed my ass off. I was drinking this, and I was like, I had two of them, so. But yeah, and he goes, whee! And apparently tomorrow night on Raw, AJ is going to address Kane about, hitting a WWE employee that's not a wrestler or whatever, some stupid shit like that. But glad to see Daniel Bryan win, and with the roll-up, this feud can't continue. And this is one of those good, solid, upper mid-card feuds, so I have no problem with this. Speaking of a good, solid, upper mid-card feud, Rey Mysterio versus Miz for the IC Championship. Pretty good back-and-forth match. Rey with the Batman costume was alright. Miz wins clean. Honestly, I used to think of Miz as kind of just a cocky young guy. He's still young, but he doesn't look as young. He looks more like a tough guy kind of thing. He kind of looks like a hardcore Holly without the I'm gonna kick your ass kind of thing going on. He looks more mature, and I like that Miz. And somebody that's a mature heel should be able to win a match like that. So I'm glad the Miz wins. Can we get Miz versus Alex Riley at Night of Champions? I think so. World Heavyweight Title match: Alberto Del Rio versus Sheamus. I said some matches felt like they're going too long. This didn't feel like it was going too long, but it could have went maybe a little shorter if they really wanted it to. I don't know. It was okay. The ending was pretty good, where Ricardo throws the shoe, it goes past Del Rio, Sheamus catches it, done. What's gonna happen is this feud is once again gonna fucking continue, because Del Rio had his foot on the rope. Wait, didn't we see that last year? Dun 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 dun, Christian. Yep, I know. Nope, editing. I don't do editing with my shit. Deal with it. I'm a cheap bastard. Whatever. Nah, but they already did this shit, and just... fuck Del Rio. That's all I have to say. Just like... a lot of people complain how last year they built Orton as a babyface when he, like, was doing heel shit, like when Christian had the foot under the rope. They just did the same thing here. The difference is I like Christian, but I don't like Del Rio. I want to shit the Internet Night Champions. Please, WWE. Sheamus retains. The Tag Team Champions, like I predicted. The Primetime players do not win the Tag Team Champions. I still like Darren Young and Taz O'Neill, but it's just not the same without AEW or even a replacement manager that was good. Just, it doesn't fucking work, and it irritates the hell out of me. And now we're going to have more of this Boom Truth tag team that rarely defend the tag team belts, and when they do, it's just lopsided by far. I'm telling you, like what I would have done here, once they had the Primetime players beat, I would have had the Ascension walk up to the ramp and just sit there and stare at them. That would have been a flawless moment. People would say, whoa, who the fuck are these guys? I don't even know these guys. Yeah, but with the whole scary Undertaker thing going on, you know, I think people would be interested in them. And I think it's time to bring up maybe the Ascension, or even have Jake Carter and Corey Graves just stroll on out there and just walk in the ring a little bit and just end the segment with that. And then you can do the video package while they're still in the ring, and then you just have them all leave the ring. But, whatever, you know. Perfect time to bring a new tag team, since who are they going to defend it against now? Yeah, just saying. The Triple Threat WWE Championship match. I don't know if there's really a match of the night. Just to be quite honest with you. A lot of these were good. Like, Kane, Daniel Bryan was really good, but it was short. Other than Jericho and Ziggler maybe being the match of the night, I think this is the other match of the night, the Triple Threat. It had plenty of time. There was a point where CM Punk had him in his modified Anaconda Vice, I guess it's called. I don't know what it is, really. I think I've seen Daniels do before, so... Cena had Big Show in the STF. They both him at the same time. Big Show taps out. Instead of going fly and going, oh, we'll just vacate the title or some stupid shit like that. We restart the match, and... I was okay with that. Cena hits Big Show at the AA. Thank God. CM Punk throws Cena out of the ring. Punk pins Big Show. Punk vs. Cena at Night of Champions. Cena wins the belt at Night of Champions in Boston, Massachusetts. Watch it happen. Just saying. CM Punk retains, but for how long? Continuing on to main event. God versus Brock Lesnar. You got the gamer. Okay. In all seriousness, I'm not gonna do that whole much because God didn't prevail in the title. Triple H tapped out. He did, and I was shocked as hell. A lot of people predicting Shawn Michaels. Okay, legitimately, if you had a broken arm, would you be focused on getting my back? The match itself was okay. It was more of a slugfest. If you like the Stone Cold type thing, then you'll like this, but, I mean, it was a good match in its own right. I don't know if I'd call it match of the night. I was expecting a tad bit more for it. I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe a pedigree through the table or something. I don't know. It was just missing something, and I don't know what it was, in my opinion. But the ending was phenomenal, where he actually makes Triple H tap with the Kimura lock. I was like, hell yeah! I mean, like I said this numerous times, John Cena got that close to beating him, and Triple H got that close to beating him. He hit him with the pedigree, and then Brock Lesnar switches out last moment. So it was that close kind of thing, and I don't like how Triple H had so much offense in the match and hit him with his finisher twice. I don't like that. But at least he didn't beat him, is all I can say. And, of course, I know the After Up show was talking about maybe Brock Lesnar can now stream off. He could take on Undertaker at WrestleMania. I don't want to see Brock versus Rock. I'd much rather see Rock versus CM Punk at WrestleMania. I think that'd be way better. But Brock versus Undertaker, that could be more of a slugfest. It really could. And I think that'd be a good slugfest. But just, I don't know. And now maybe you could have Shawn saying, oh, you let me down, Hunter. You let him break my freaking arm, and then you couldn't even beat the damn guy? Are you kidding me? just something could play off of this. Maybe, I don't know if I'd be all in for it, but if they wanted to put Triple H vs. Brock in a last man standing match, they could do it at WrestleMania, but then who would Undertaker go against? Maybe Wade Barrett, depending on how they build him. See what I mean? There's so many things you could stream off of. You can even have this match maybe the Royal Rumble or a Survivor Series. Survivor Series for me would be maybe a little too close. I don't think Triple H is doing a broken arm type thing. He did tap, but I think it's before his arm broke because he didn't do that twist. He didn't do anything like that. It was just going backer with the submission. But it was that sad, walking out of the ring type thing. Like Ric Flair kind of thing, but without the emotion since no one gives a fuck. I was about to laugh again when they were saying, you tapped out. I was like, yes, I love the crowd. The crowd tonight, and I think it was Los Angeles, right? It had to be LA, because LA is usually... Yeah, it was LA at the Staples Center. LA is usually a good crowd. I don't care what anybody says. You tapped out. I was like, yes. Good fucking crowd tonight. They're alive in the Jericho match. They're alive in the Bryan match. They kind of died a little bit halfway through the show, but they were pretty pumped up for this main event. But yeah, just I'm happy to see all the things I could stream up with Ziggler, with Sheamus, with the WWE Championship, even though I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. They could have done something with the Tag Team Champions, they didn't. Cesaro's now the new champion, so that brings more mid-card opportunities on SmackDown. Maybe when DiBiase returns, that'd be a nice feud. I'm predicting Cesaro's going to feud with Christian, though, so let's just go ahead and throw a bad boy grade on this card, because this was a pretty good night. I don't think I'm overrating it. Last year I overrated it, and I was kind of aware of overrating it, but I don't think I'm overrating it this year. I really thought this pay-per-view was good, and I mean that. The pre-show match, it wasn't anything crazy. For a while I thought they were going to give Santino the belt once again, let him retain with the whole Cobra, but then Oksana, thank you Oksana. You are hotter than AJ Lee in my opinion. You're welcome. No intellectual savior tonight, that surprised me. No Ryback tonight either, but it's still a good card without it. They had plenty of matches, they really did. Ziggler, Jericho, I'm okay with the decision too. Bryan, Kane, once again go with the decision, pretty good match too. Mysterio Ray, the third good match of the night. Don't really Sheamus. I didn't care about this feud in the first place, but for what it was worth, it kept my attention most of the time, and it was okay. I think it would have been better to sell the wrist tape on the arm. I think that would have helped, sell his arm injury more, but what can you do? Tag team titles, fuck that match. The match was okay, but still a stupid decision. I told people, AEW's fired, they're going to bury this team. What just happened? It wasn't even a sloppy win, too. It was just clean-cut win. WWE Triple Threat, I thought that was really good as well. I like the controversy. They didn't make Punk look like a little bitch. I'm all in for that. Especially Punk retaining. And the main event, it was what it was. Again, I was expecting a tad bit more from it. But when the whole card was so good that the main event, it wasn't even bad. But it was missing a tiny little element. But it was still a good, solid main event. I think this is one of the better SummerSlams. So I think if I was to go back, watch every single SummerSlam, and I had to give every single SummerSlam a grade, I think I could at least put this, since it's 25 years now, top 5, maybe at number 5, maybe even 4, I don't know. Does it compare to the Survivor Series 2002? Not really, but it was a really good SummerSlam, and just better than last year's easily. I think it was better than 2010's for the most part, better than 2009's. So for the past couple years when SummerSlam has been kind of edgy, I think this year was a solid, good year. Now I'm looking forward to Survivor Series to see if they keep up the Big 4 trend. This is the Wrestling MMA 11. You can subscribe up above. You can like this video. You can comment any thoughts, whatever, below. If you predicted something, see something coming, whatever the case might be. Of course, you can send your video responses to me if you'd like to, because I'm going to send a couple out tonight. So why not? That's about it, though. I enjoyed this pay-per-view. Hopefully you did, too. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.